my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? Welcome to my weekly Wip Chat. And if you don't know what a Wip Chat is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress. And chat, well, that means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing. I would love if you would hang around. I do several videos a week, if possible. And I have a live on Sundays. So please consider subscribing down below. Next to the subscribe button, there is a bell. If you ding that and choose all, you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, hi friends, how are you doing today? Please let me know down in the comment field down below how you're doing. I would love to know, and please tell me what you're working on while you're listening to me yapping on. So, a Wip Chat. You can work alongside me. I'm going to diamond paint today. You can, work on your diamond painting. You can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can take a walk, you can clean, you can drive your car, pick up groceries, whatever you want, or you can just, listen to it, treat it as a podcast. That is what I do when I listen to Wip Chats. I just listen while I'm working on my own diamond painting or if I'm knitting. So, let's talk about what I'm having here. This diamond painting is from Diamond Art Club. It is called The Boy Who Lived. It is a Harry Potter. Look at him. I'm having it upside down like this. And right now I am just around his chin. So yeah, it has square drills and it is 56 by 79 centimeters. And yeah, I love this. It's a little darker than what I usually work on, but it's Harry Potter and I love Harry Potter. So yeah, and if you're new here and you don't know, I only do square drill diamond paintings. Yeah. So what else? I will be using my Bella de Nicole tray. I mainly use this size, even though, sometimes I have a lot of one color to use, and I just shake it or pour in more. I'm falling in love with these little ones. So yeah, other than that, when I'm done filling out my checkerboard method, I will be using my Enabler's Outpost pen. This is their, the word is gone. Amethyst pen. It's the thin one. And I love all the glitter and all the thick glitter in it. I love this color. And I prefer my pens thin. It's quite, light. It isn't, I mean, you can, feel that there's some weight to it, but it isn't bad. So yeah. Other than that, I'm using my fake Elizabeth Ward trays, knockoff, whatever you want to call them. I buy them either on AliExpress or on a Danish web shop. It depends on which one's cheaper. Yeah, I love these. What else? I have my little cute pewter trash drill tray here. It comes from my mother-in-law's house, and I just fell in love with it, and I got to keep it. And what else? I have my trusty tweezers. These are my pink ombre tweezers from Diamond Art Club. You can see I use them well. I use these if I place more than one drill at a time, or like now when I'm checkerboarding, and I use it to place the drills. This one is a one that I got off AliExpress in one of my older kits. And this one is amazing if I place down a drill that I need to move. So yeah. What else am I using? Not really a whole lot. As you can see, I'm using release papers on my diamond painting. I still haven't got the hang of how you section off your diamond paintings with washi tape. I only have washi tapes along the border of my diamond painting. But who knows, maybe one day I'll learn. Maybe one day I'll learn. That's how we say it. So yeah, let's get a move on. Let's get some diamond painting done. First up is this, hang on, 762. It's a, I don't know, light gray. We do have a lot of browns and grays in this color. Oh my God, in this diamond painting. English, you people. English is tough today, apparently. Well, I know the reason, but we're going to talk about that in just a second. First, don't forget to let me know how you're doing down in the comment field. I would really like to know. But yeah. So, yeah. Why my brain isn't working? I haven't been sleeping very much the past 2 days, the past 2 nights. So if you've been here a while, you know that I am connected to a pain clinic, and I have been since the end of January, because I have Klippel-Feil syndrome, and that, in a very short manner, means that I have a lot of pain. And for the past 10 years, for 10 years ago, I was connected to the pain clinic that I'm back at now. Back then, they gave me some morphine to help, methadone. I know most people think of methadone as a product you give to drug addicts when they're, trying to wean off of their drugs, narcotics. But you can also use it in a very low dosage as a painkiller, especially when you have nerve pains, like I do. But I experienced higher pain levels again, and that's why I contacted my regular doctor and asked them to send me back up to the pain clinic, because most regular doctors don't know a whole lot about pain medicine, at least not here. So I prefer going to the experts, to the specialists. And they were amazed that my methadone was still would have some effect, because after 10 years it shouldn't be working anymore. So I started some new medication. They found out that antidepressants numb the nerves. So that is what they're giving to patients with nerve pain now. So that is what I'm on right now. And I have been weaning off of my methadone for about 4 months or so, 4.5 months. I have the feeling that it's been longer, but my nurse up there says that I began around June 1st. I have a feeling that it might have been in May or something, but you know what? It doesn't matter. But this Friday before bed, I took my last half methadone. I've been cutting down half a pill a time, and I took 4 whole pills a day before. So yeah, I have been removing a half every 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah. But Friday night I took the last one, and Saturday was okay, which I kind of knew would be okay, because I have forgotten to take my medication before. So I knew that one day would be okay, especially since I was only taking a half a pill now. So yeah, Saturday was okay. Then around came Sunday, and I remember saying to David, my husband, that I was, wondering what Sunday would be like, since that would be day 2 without my methadone. And there had been some effect of the methadone still, even though the doctors suspected that it didn't have any effect anymore, because my pain levels have been slowly rising again since I started weaning out of it. So yeah, Sunday during the day was okay. And I had my live on Sunday evening, Danish time. And then we went to bed. And I didn't sleep because I was having the most horrific episode of restless legs. And I mean, this was restless legs times 100. I couldn't, I couldn't lay still. I felt like I had to move all the time. I felt like stabbing my legs with something sharp just, to get, I don't know, get something else in focus. I don't know. I have suffered from restless legs and arms before the last time I was up at the pain clinic. Yeah, I had really, really bad restless legs back then and arms. I mean, some of the best things I could do back then was really to hit my own arms and legs like this, because I had the feeling that the restlessness was in my bones, So I was like all the time doing, poking myself and trying to remove the restlessness feeling. And this time it might work just a little, but it isn't enough. So yesterday, Monday, I called my nurse, and the nurse at the phone was like, "Well, can I help you?" Because that's basically what it's supposed to be like. If you call, they try to help you at the nurse station, really. I mean, if you really want to, they'll send an email to your pain nurse. And I asked them, can you please send my nurse a message that I really need to talk to her about this symptom of withdrawal that I'm experiencing, that I have really experienced it for, I don't know, about a month. I just didn't think about it as a withdrawal symptom because it wasn't there all the time. It was just, every, I don't know, 3 or 4 nights. And yeah, but now it's basically 24/7. I talked to my nurse yesterday, and we decided on me trying, doubling my dosage of a medication called baclofen. Baclofen, I know they have that in the US as well. It's a muscle relaxer, which is supposed to help with the withdrawal symptoms. So I have been doubling that since yesterday. Well, only one of the times since yesterday, and then doubling it, all of it today. So I am at max dosage right now. So yeah, I guess it needs a few days to work. I hope so, at least, because if not, it isn't working at all. Because I'm having 24/7 restless legs, and I'm jittering, all the time. I can't sit still. I have that feeling of needing to move my legs. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, because then you just tighten up your muscles even more, which makes it even more jittery when I'm supposed to sleep. So last night I was like, oh, it doesn't feel so bad. Maybe the baclofen had helped. And it was less, restless before going to bed. But basically the minute I was laying down, it came back at full effect. And I was like, no, I want to sleep. But yeah, I was basically up once every hour during the night, and I wasn't sleeping in between. I was tossing and turning, and driving myself crazy because, I mean, you stress yourself when you can't sleep. I mean, I was feeling so hot all through the night because I was stressing myself with the thought of me not sleeping, because I know what I'm like if I don't sleep, especially since this was then the second night in a row without very much sleep. So yeah, one of the times I was up, I have this heat, I don't know, what would you call it? It's kind of like a pillow, and it has cherry stones in it. And then you can heat it in your microwave, and it's nice and warm. So I decided to try that one just to see, would that help? And I'm not sure that it did, but it was nice and warm. So then I went back to bed again after, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe. And I think it might have been sleeping just a little. And then I woke up again, and I tossed and turned, and then, I don't know, eventually I must have fallen asleep, I think, because I woke up when David's alarm clock went on. But I'm just so tired. And I've been trying, laying down all through the day because I'm going to my knitting retreat this Friday. And I need to be, well, fresh. I need to be able to stay awake. I need to, have energy. So, yeah, I really hope that the baclofen is going to help very soon. Otherwise, it'll be a nightmare to be gone all weekend and I can't sleep. Especially since I have to drive the car about an hour every way. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, of course, I would, if I don't feel it's safe to drive, I will take the train. Of course I will. But I'm just like, it's so much easier to just, take the car, because then I decide when I'm going to leave and not the train. Well, at least that's how I feel. Hang on. I'm just going to move my light a little. What color? Sorry. Ooh. I feel like I'm yawning all the time today. What color? What color? I don't think I have a lot of symbols left, do I? I know I have this one. This is again me being, I don't know, not silly, but maybe a little OCD or something. I don't know. Particular, I think, is the best word to use. So I saw someone do this, where you basically check about the entire square, and then you fill it in afterwards. And I was like, oh, that's intriguing. So I've been doing that for, I don't know, maybe about a week now. And I kind of like it. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to do it for the entire painting, but right now it's kind of fun. And one of the things that I think is fun about it, and I know most people would find this tedious or weird or whatever, but I keep all the colors that I'm using over here so that I can see when I'm done with the square how many colors are in the square. The one that I did the other day had 31 colors in a square like this one. So yeah, that was a lot of colors. And one of the colors just had one drill in that section. So I was like, oh. But yeah, it's kind of like a social experiment right now. eventually I think I will just go back to my usual style of diamond painting, which would be me practicing my multi-placing or just checkerboarding one color at a time, one area. But right now, this is fun. And diamond painting is supposed to be fun, right? So yeah. And also, I am watching Supernatural right now. So just, placing one drill at a time is preferable, because every now and then I have to look up to see what's going on my computer screen. And my tweezers is basically just, hanging while I'm looking over there. So I'm afraid that if I were, using a regular pen or a multi-placer, that the drills would just fall off. I'm probably silly, and it's a, I don't know, weird idea in my brain, but who knows? Probably just me. And I really like placing with tweezers, especially, just one at a time in this checkerboarding. I love placing the rest of them with my pen, because you can hear that pop when they snap into place. And that is one of the reasons that I love the square drills, the square diamonds. It's because when you place one of the drills, you can hear it snapping to the place and it's popping. I love that popping sound, which is, one of the reasons that you have the pop is, sorry, whatever you have in your single placer. In this one, I have a glue dot. Sorry. Oh, sorry. But you can also use some of the many sorts of waxes that is out there. And most of them would help your diamond stay pop as well. I love that sound. I know a lot of other diamond painters love that sound as well. It's very satisfying. I do know a very few diamond painter that for some odd reason doesn't like that pop. My funny little joke to tell them, I'm like, how can you be a real diamond painter if you don't like the pop? Right? You need to love the popping sound of diamonds snapping into place. Well, at least that is my little weird saying. It's kind of like, sorry again. I can't remember who said it. It was another content creator who said something like, when you're unboxing a video, a kit on YouTube, there will be some crinkling when you check out your diamonds. And it was something like, are you even a real diamond painter if you don't like the crinkling sound of, taking the drills out of the plastic bag? And I really like that one, because I basically have been saying the same about the popping sound. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'll be going to the retreat Friday around noon, and I'll be coming back home Sunday around 2 or 3 p.m. I will do my very best to do my live Sunday evening Danish time, Sunday around noon American time. But yeah, we'll have to see how long it'll be, because I will most likely be tired and drained from being with so many people an entire weekend. We're gonna be around 65 people, I think. So yeah, that is a lot of people for me, who's mostly used to just being myself. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's always fun, and you get to talk to sweet, kind people. Oh, sorry, I just bumped you real hard there. Everybody there is so kind. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. This yawning is all over the place today. I really hope that I'll get to sleep tonight because I'm over this, okay? I am over it. Do we have any more symbols? Not that I can see. No. Okay, so I need my little ace here. This little one. DMC 400. It's interesting that this kit is, 50 something by 70 something. What was it again? It's 56 by 79. But most of the colors is in these little extra small Elizabeth Wood ones. So I'm like, where's all the colors? Where do I have drills enough, Will I run out because I don't have enough of the color? I don't know. I can't remember that I have seen anybody else working on this in a video. They might have been. I can't remember. You see over here you have Hedwig flying. Yeah. I really like Hedwig. She's the perfect pet for Harry. Kind of like Crookshanks is for Hermione. I'm not sure what to think about Scabbers for Ron, but, he get, what's the name of that little owl? Pigwidgeon in his later Hogwarts years. But yeah, Scabbers, Wormtail. Do you like Harry Potter? Please let me know down in the comment field. I know that a lot of people are torn about Harry Potter, and especially its author. But in my world, and you may be agreeing or not, which is okay by me. We don't have to agree on everything. But I am able to separate the books Harry Potter from the author J.K. Rowling. The books and the franchise hasn't done anything wrong. It's the author that said some bad things about trans people. That doesn't have anything to do with the movies or the books or anything. So I can still love Harry Potter. I can still love the franchise. I just don't need to love the author because in my mind what she said was bad. I don't hate her because we're all entitled to our opinions. Sometimes you just need to, be mindful of that opinion if you need to say it out loud. But that's just my 2 cents. I certainly know that sometimes I can come across as, rough or straightforward or whatever. And I always try to be mindful of other people, making sure to say, oh, I'm just kidding, and making people, around me say, oh, I know she's just kidding because, and then a person that doesn't know me very well would be able to say, oh, she's just, she just has a black humor, or she's not in today, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Can you look at the franchise and the author, differently? I don't know. I love Harry Potter, and I would be very sad if the franchise were to suffer because of one woman, stepping outside the lines, if you can say it like that. I don't know. Why is it that she thinks she can just call? Oh, I think who she might be. Oh yeah. So yesterday, Rosa was feeling sorry. Oh God. Rosa was feeling sick yesterday. She had a fever, so we didn't see her. Hang on, I need something to drink. Sorry if you can hear it. I have my flavored water, so this is your reminder to remember to hydrate. Hydration is important. I'm just going to take a little break here and just talk a little because my hands need a little break. So yeah, Rosa was sick yesterday. She had a fever, so we didn't get to go to gymnastics, that's how life with kids is. So yeah, but then today my brother and I wrote a little about something that he has been written and sent to a newspaper, and then I asked how my baby was doing, so she made a video call, and we talked a little before they're going to have dinner. She was feeling well and had been at kindergarten today, so yeah, that was good. And she was really enjoying it, loving, having been back at kindergarten today. But one of her friends had to go home early, and because he was feeling sick today. So yeah, we were just talking a little, and I asked, what are you going to have for dinner today? And she just lit up and said, pasta. And I was like, oh, you don't like pasta, do you? And she looked at me like credulously, like, I love pasta, auntie. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. So you're not having potatoes? Like, no, pasta. Like, oh, good, oh, good. She loves her pasta. Me and that little girl. So yeah, we were just talking a little, and then her food was done, and I talked a little with my brother. And yeah. Then we hung up, and I came in here to talk to you guys. Oh, sorry. So yeah, what were we doing last week? Oh my God, my legs is driving me bonkers. I'm sitting here twiddling my legs, trying not to move the table too much. Yeah, what were we doing last week? I was mostly home, as always. David had the car to work because of his shoulder. He is thankful. I am thankful that he is doing so much better. Yeah. His knee is a lot better now. He's still having some issues with his ribs, but not as bad as they were, which is good. But it'll still take some time for them to be mended 100%, which was also what the doctor said and what I know from my anatomy classes. It takes time, and David isn't very patient all the time. So he's like, okay, we need to. And we're like, no. You need to rest. You need to make sure that you don't overuse yourself and that you're, taking care of not using your shoulder too much. And he hates it. I mean, he likes it that I am looking out for him, but he hates being told what to do and what not to do, because I need to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, yeah, well, maybe, but you can't right now. Okay, so we're back again. I needed to edit out some stuff here because apparently my brain shut down 100%. See, that's what's happening when you don't get enough sleep. So, David and his not broken ribs, but bent ribs. So he has some restrictions. He can't really do a whole lot. And I've been trying to help out as best as I can. And he's not really having it and telling me, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, well, I'm the one who can do this right now the best. And you don't have to, overexert yourself so that it'll take even longer. And then he's like, yeah, well, mine will be better, yours won't. And I'm like, oh, the sass in this one. The sass from the man that I love. But it's okay. He has been, doing some stuff out in his workshop, cleaning out a little, what he can do since his ribs isn't really cooperating very much at the moment. He kept saying, oh, I needed to do this and X, Y, and Z outside, but that is basically not possible at the moment. Plus the weather is, well, let's just say we've got fall here in full something. It's been raining a lot. I mean, today we have had some sun, well, at least some dry weather, and it's dry at the moment. But when I was talking to Rosa on the video chat, it started pouring down again, and it's like, it's raining, then it's not, it's raining, then it's not. Yesterday evening, it was more or less dry all evening, but then when I needed to take out the trash, we get our trash picked up every second week on a Tuesday. And when I went outside to put, the trash can out to the road, it was pouring down. And I was like, no, and I have to get out in this? Darn it. So I took on some shoes and just walked out with it because I knew, I'm on my way to bed anyway. So I'm going to take off my t-shirt anyway. So who cares if it's getting wet? But yeah. So that is what I need to do on every second Monday because we need to take it out before bedtime because they come and empty them quite early compared to when we're getting up. And we had one time when we forgot it and they just didn't empty it. I mean, usually they say like they can pick up the trash can about 10 meters in on your driveway. And I was like, well, our trash can wasn't 10 meters in, so I just don't get it why they didn't empty it. But I think maybe because it's a little work to get it out from where it is because we have a bench right next to it. I think they just went, oh, that's too difficult, and then they moved on. Thank God we don't always have a lot of trash. We have, greenery and food trash, and then we have everything else. We do recycle quite a lot here in Denmark. I think we've talked about that before, either in one of my videos or in one of my lives. So yeah, if you want to, you can go back and watch some of my lives and some of my Wip Chats. I would appreciate it if you would, put in a comment and a like on those videos. So yeah. But yeah, this weekend was very relaxing, especially since I was taking that last methadone. So I was really not doing a whole lot. I was filming my fairy tale on Saturday. Wasn't I? Or was I not filming anything? Did I not release anything this weekend? Hang on, I need to see. Did I not release anything at all? Just on Sunday? Oh yeah, I had my fairy tale on Saturday, but I didn't have anything on Friday. I was just not feeling very well on Friday. So yeah, I did my fairy tale reading on Saturday, and I had some issues because it took place in, old-time Greece, and some of the names and places was a little hard for me to pronounce. So one of the characters, at least I know he changed his name a few times during that reading, which wasn't on purpose. I just kept forgetting how I said it. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. But yeah, which one? I think we're going to take the T. The T is 782. But yeah, I'm not really sure what else happened last week. It didn't have Rosa last week because I was feeling bad. And then not having her this week because she was sick. So I'm like, I miss my baby. I told her that when we spoke a little earlier on video call, and she missed us too, so that's good. And we took a walk around the house so she can say hello to all the kitties. And she's so cute. When we got to Pelle, she just exclaimed, "That's my Pelle!" She's so adorable. Yeah, Pelle is her baby out here. They are about a week apart in age, so they could almost be twins. And I don't, for some reason, they have a special bond. Pelle makes it, allows her to do basically anything to him. I mean, she has only been a little too rough once. He didn't do anything. He just, marked, he didn't bite her. He just let her know, okay, little one. Okay, little one. This is it. Kind of like they do on their kittens, They just lightly put their teeth on, the paw and their neck or something. And he just, lightly touched her hand with his teeth to let her know, okay, this is it. I'm not having this, because she was pulling his tail and it hurt. I can see that it hurt him. So I was trying, to get, okay, this is not okay. We don't pull tails in this house. And it's been the only time ever she's been rough on one of our cats. So, yeah, they all trust her, and I think Pelle knows very well that she was around 1 year old at that time, 1.5 maybe. So she was still learning how to behave around animals. So yeah, but that is the only time that Pelle have said no to her. The rest of the cats, they just run away if she's too I don't know, too bold or too noisy, whatever. They just take 5 steps back and they look at her and go, yeah, no. You can be over there in your little world, whatever, and we're just going to stay over here and watch what you're doing. So, yeah. Especially Max. He's a little jumpy around her because she's very loud. She's screeching like, most girls do, being, what would you call it, very enthusiastic. She's running around. She is touching, everything she gets nearby, the sofa, the cats, she's just curious. She wants to know how to do things. She wants to know how stuff is, done so it's safe. And Max is like, yeah, I'm not your personal little toy that you can see how it works, But Max and Fox, they just oblige, to all her little whims. They take it all. Spock is like, he's around, but he's not letting her do anything that he won't like. He just runs away and be like, yeah, no woman, no kid, I'm gone. But he's never more gone that you can see him, which is so interesting to us, because usually he's the little scaredy one. Then whenever people show up, he's gone for the rest of the day until they're leaving. But again, I think it's because they kind of grew up together. We had the last litter we had with Spock and Phlox in it. She was out here, she was out here every day. No, not every day, but she was here every week. So they kind of grew up on her being here. So that might have been the difference. Oh, and speaking about that litter, my little baby, my Cass, is sadly, had to go to the Rainbow Bridge. I'm so sad about it. I did cry a little yesterday. She was getting sick. She was having issues in her brain. She couldn't walk straight. She would, lean over to one side, and she wasn't aware where she was in the room, so she would run or walk into things and walls. So yeah, and then she also had a little of the chronic herpes that Phlox has, and she had some urinary issues. So it was really just a lot, and the vet was like, it will be a lot of treatment, and I'm not sure that the neurological issues can even be fixed. So, yeah, Kate, her owner, a dear friend of mine, had to make that very, very rough decision of putting her to rest yesterday. I hate when that happens to one of my babies. I mean, I've had her since she was a baby. And I cry every time someone has, not every time. We have had, two of our kittens that was placed out that had to be put down because of illness. One of them had FIP, and then Kate, who had these neurological issues. We have had other kittens, that we have been fostering that had to be put down for different reasons. One of them being lung disease, another one we think had FIP as well. She was just so tiny and she was so sick, and I cried like a baby when I had to bring her over there, and I knew what they had to do to her. I was more or less like, can't I just drive her to the vet myself and hold her? So she isn't lonely, so that she has someone that loves her, nearby. I hate it. But it's one of the things that is part of life when you foster, especially the neonatal ones. The youngest ones we had were 2 weeks old when they moved in. And that little one, Kate, she was the first one we got in that 2-week-old litter. They weren't siblings, but they were, raised as siblings. They were basically singletons found, over a few days. And, yeah. So the 3 boys were, grow up and being beautiful, healthy cats. we thought. And Kate was just, she was sick for some reason. She had issues getting from milk to, more solid food. She wouldn't really eat, so we bought some formula ourselves, and we bought some of the kitten mousse, just to make her eat a little, and then slowly weaned her into the more solid food. But it was hard because she was losing weight if she didn't have either her formula or the kitten mousse. And I was like, you know what? And I talked to the what's the name of the place that had her? Oh, never mind. Where we got them from. One of that shelter there, the name was. And I was like, you know what? She's needing more time, and that is it. So yes, she will be getting on her solid food, but maybe she was just, she was having more issues when she was born than most other cats has. But I mean, so far we haven't had one cat that haven't learned to eat solid food. So yeah. Two of the boys in that litter went to some dear friends of ours and their son. And I remember when they were were they even a year old? Or just a little over a year old? I can't remember, when she called me in tears and telling me that he had FIP. And I just bawled with her on the phone, cried, and because his name was Toby when he was here. They renamed him. And he was just he had issues trying to, to learn how to walk. So he was, carried around a little more, and he was wobbly, and he was just the most adorable little kitten. And yeah, he was one of those where I was like, oh, do we need to keep him, should we keep that one? But he moved to our friends, and he had an amazing life there. He was loved, and he was cared for, and everything. But yeah, that was a rough one when she called. So yeah, hang on, I forgot some up here. And then the little one, Kate, when she got sick, we talked to the shelter again, and I was like, I'm not sure what it is, if it's herpes or whatever it is, but she can stay here. I mean, she's also very small. She wasn't weighing a whole lot, and they want them to have a certain weight before they can be sold. So she stayed, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks longer than the boys. And then I remember the last night, because I knew she was sick, and I knew I had to take her over to the shelter. I was delusional enough to think, that they will just give me some medication, we would take her home, and she'd feel better again. That's how delusional I was, even though I knew very well that I wouldn't get to take her home with me. I was just, yeah, delusional. I mean, I drove over there, and I practically begged the veterinarian nurse there to, what can we do to help her? And I'm getting emotional here because I love that little girl. And then she was kind but firm, and like, look at her, Mia, look at her. Can't you see that she's suffering? And I was looking at her, and I could see her little body shake, and I'm like, yes, I know, but it's too early, David and I were like, we would adopt her, and then she could have her little short life with us. which basically she did. She lived her little short life with us. But yeah, I hated leaving her there. Sometimes I think I'm way too emotional for having been raising foster babies. I cry whenever I'm bringing them back. I cry if something happens to them. And I cry if I have to remember when something happened to them. But yeah, I think that I might have been speaking for quite a long time by now, about an hour. So maybe we should just call it quits here and then say if it's a little under an hour, it's okay. If it's a little over, it's okay. And yeah, because I'm away on the retreat this weekend, I'm not sure if there will be a fairy tale or an unboxing on Friday. I might try to see if I can pre-film the unboxing, at least that one. But I won't promise anything. It really comes up to how I'm feeling and if I'm getting enough sleep. But if not, I hope I will see you all on Sunday for my live. I would love it if you would stop by. And also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you head out. And yeah, I will see you in my next video, whether that is next Tuesday or on this Friday, and hopefully I will see you on Sunday for my live. Thank you for listening, everybody. Bye. Love you.